Welcome back in, everybody, to the CMG Showdown September main event. Things are still going here. We are heading into the semi-finals now. We're going to watch Cordiality, our first seed, heading against Right Turtle, a team that has kind of touched the top in the past and ended up qualifying in week 3 this time. So an early matchup for these two teams that should be very strong. But, I mean, I expect out of all of our semi-finals, this is definitely the one to watch.
Yeah, for sure. This is the one I expected to be the best, and hopefully they bring the heat because we've seen a bit of a fall off on the matches we just watched, where it starts exciting and it's interesting, and we think we might have a push and pull going on, a little bit of a tug of war, and these players will maybe come back and go to the game 5 all the way, but it just never seems to happen. It's just always falling off, and so I want to see these two teams, these two matchups of the night. I want them to be a lot more exciting.
Yeah, me too, but I think if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be this matchup, and we'll see the maps that we'll be seeing these teams play against each other on. Again, Cordiality, the #1 seed, versus Right Turtle. As expect Canals to start things off. That's one of my favorites to see always. Favela's King of the Hill. We got the other two modes in last. Oh, we still got actually last set. Right back to it for map number 2. Lockdown for Strikeout, map number 3. I feel like that's a combo I haven't seen quite enough of just yet. Windward, King of the Hill, will be map number 4 if we get there. And Hollows Demolition for map number 5. Now, Canals, we've seen a lot of different bans, I think, so far today. That's a map that we've seen maybe a lot of glitch potential on. We've seen a lot of other rogues sometimes fixer banned there. Obviously, things have changed, but we'll take a look at how things look now. Ronin and Glitch. I was right about the Glitch. The Ronin is a new change up there, but that's Runway, that's Vi, that's Lancer from what we saw previous set, that's Scorch. Not that she's played as much on demo. They're all available, Alex.
Yeah. I mean, this is pretty much going to be a big sandbox of fun in this map number 1. What do you think the Ronin really, why? Like, why Ronin?
Immunity info is so important on this map that I think having that immunity to reveal is a very big deal. Not being able to get spotted by Dallas, not being able to get spotted by Seeker, not being able to get spotted on people's radars at any time. Sticky sensors, which we've been seeing thrown out. I mean, think about watching this main event versus some of the tournaments in the past. I feel like I'm seeing people shoot sticky sensors more than ever. Literally. They're just on the map more. So being able to be immune to all of that, do these kind of rat plays, potentially could have been big. Obviously, not even going to be a factor here between these teams now that she has been banned. So reveals information in general going to be a lot more important. We might see a Seeker, or we might see a Dallas, who we've seen a lot more of recently, courtesy of the power of the Insen. Fully expect to see either or both of them picked up by Cordiality or Right Turtle.
Well, hopefully they've got a good plan in store here, because this is a major moment in the semifinals. If there is a time to bring out something new, it is right here and now. There's no better moment, and just waiting for this one. This is going to be good.
Yeah, they got into the bans quick, so I'm assuming they probably want to get right at it against these teams. Are ready to go, and hey, guess what? I was exactly right. They are ready to go. We can head right into map number 1. Canals Demolition, again, one of the two. The minority of the set are these demos, but they're still important for getting the set off on the good foot. Canals, just like Favela's, one of the older maps in the game, one that they're very familiar with, but things are changing every patch here with Rogue Company, rogues with new weapons now coming in. Cordiality, a team that was looking so strong in their previous matchup, so strong in week number 1. Right Turtle. These are both the teams that have taken down Justice more than the other teams. What's going to happen when they go against each other here today?
Yeah, tough to say. I mean, I'm curious what the matchup history is between these two, honestly. Like, I know we can't bring it up, but trying to rack my memory, I don't think I could. I don't know. I'm not sure these players up against these rosters right here. I mean, I know they've met up in the finals of a couple qualifiers a couple months ago, but Pulsa, Prosper, Slop, and Emus, the Paladins squad, man. All of these guys coming from Paladins. Love to see it.
Yeah, Prosper and Slop keeping that from there. It's Emis and Pulsa that I think are coming from different scenes from them, but definitely names that I recognize, obviously, as I know you do as well. But looking at this, I mean, I'm talking about information a little bit earlier. We got just Dallas on the side of Right Turtle, but we got Talon and Dallas coming out from Cordiality. So that's double focus on this information. The Talon specifically is a rogue that is so good on canals, being able to watch those rotations, being able to quickly clear out. Either way you attack, when you're moving up, you can just kind of play leapfrog with your radar dart and get a ton of information that you wouldn't be getting otherwise. Plus, mag hands if someone accidentally drops the bomb is pretty nice too. Maybe not something you want to rely on all the time, but it's obviously good to have when you need it. They might need it as they roll out here for map number 1 of the semifinal, our last matchup that we'll be watching of the day. And already things are starting, I would say, a little bit as expected. They're going to be the normal place that most teams stage their attack, and it's a slow start, even with no primaries in hand.
Rix has a little bit of intel there. He did see that Prosper is coming around the corner. Initially saw the 3 drop on each lane. Having the one in the back could be over there at the right side, which he is. That's Slopodopoulos right behind Prosper, going to be helping him out. And now Emis and Pulsa are going to be making the rotation to come help him out. And he is trying to still get some more intel. He finds the traps laying around for him. Emis is still on the left, so this could be a great opportunity for all 4 of them to make a move here and now, especially with Pulsa only at 8 health. Here we go, Slop. He's going to land a nade, though. Rick's going to go down. Oh, Pulsa with a big cleanup.
They find Nash on their rotation now, too. They're trying to get something back with some of the utility that they have. They do find Pulsa, but Slop right up top already, ready to get that next one. It's 2 versus 2. A headshot from Emis makes it fairly close, and now actually still 2 versus 1. Small advantage for the members of Right Turtle as they're rotating around, just trying to find where this Dolly is. They're not quite sure that she's behind them. A lot of damage onto Prosper. The fact that Prosper gets away with his life basically seals the deal. Had to make it a 1v1, especially with the little HP that Joker had left. So that will be the first round very quickly going towards Right Turtle. And even after all that intel, they just couldn't stop the time coming in. They looked for it, but the fact that Right Turtle were able to capitalize on it just made it too hard to deal with.
Great start already for Right Turtle if they want to make this happen. Got a good read so far on the way Cordiality want to play. Going to start this one off with Rix. He's got the bomb. Going to go down, hug the left mid. Going to go back over to Emis. Emis just watching the lane. Going to play it slow. No intel just yet. As soon as they grab it, they are going to make the move and try to go in for the rotation. Here we go. Rix trying to make something happen, just waiting for his teammates to let him know to make it.
I got to point this out. I think he used that nade. I feel like that nade was used purely to clear out the trophy to make sure it didn't eat the radar. I'm not sure if it eats radar darts, honestly, off the top of my head. But if it does, that was a very clutch play. Also, letting the rest of the nades go by in the moment here. Still 3 players stacked up defensively, holding on this B site. You can see everybody on Cordiality waiting to make this move here to kind of break this down. And here comes the pivot. They're rotating over. Emis is watching this, but they're smoking it early, so they won't take that damage. It seems like they might have an idea of where he might be, courtesy of that insend. But Prosper finds Joker on that attempted rotation and finds another down with the nade. That's so much utility value here. Is Prosper about to get another one with this nade? Doesn't know that Nash is far back, but seems to have a great idea as the Semtex goes in, forcing him back even further. That bomb is down in the open. There is nothing that they can do to get it back, especially with the Talon down, and it's a hunt. It's 2v1. Someone on Cordiality is going to have to come up huge if they want to have a chance to stay in it, and it won't be Nash, and neither will it be Who's Dat. Another round clean for Right Turtle. Literally a flawless round. Just perfect by them.
Excellent execution across the board. We've got a goose egg on one side for Cordiality. Not what you want to see. Nash having trouble there. And the cash just starting to rain in. And it's going to go into a big snowball if they can't make something happen here soon. Cordiality have got to get it going on here. We've got the same maneuvers being met you know, with the same resistance, and it's not going to be able to. You got to adapt. You got to learn to play a little different. They had the exact same play. Cordiality were making the exact same moves. Here we go. Same little peak that we saw from before. Trying to get that initial kill. Not going to happen from Slop, so he backs off. Perfect. Look at that read by him.
Great timing. Great timing. You got to assume you're going to get pushed if they know you're holding a sniper here, especially an LR-15 with so many shots in tow able to be used. Go for that ammo in the back. That'll let them give some chance to spam. And have that utility reset when it might be needed. I was going to say maybe another fake. It almost worked last time. They were just caught by utility. Not going to happen this time. They're going to have Nash is too far over to the left for them to be able to commit to this by this point. It's going to have to be a B-side push, and the smoke will signify that with Rixie getting in a position where he can plant. Looks like trying to get that down right now. Might not even be able to really stop it. He's fairly close by now. I think he was baiting out some utility. He will commit for that. Semtex in does not connect on him. The bomb will get planted. And now a 4 versus 4, fairly even fight here. Something that I don't think Cordiality really have had a chance to do this entire time, but they're going to lose Rixie immediately. Where's the trade? He's holding up there forward, no one watching. That crossfire, I think it's supposed to be Nash, but he kind of abandoned them. They pick up Rixie, but he's down again, and Slop is just doing everything himself right now. Nash drops, rotating over, but it's Prosper, the Paladins duo, finding most of them, as Who's Dat will be the last to fall. There was just no trade when there needed to be. Cordiality had the right idea, but Right Turtle with a flawless retake.
Slop being able to make it in and get some initial damage down. He took some fire, backed out, and was immediately able to get back into the team fire, making it a 3v1 in each of those engagements. That was just beautiful work by Slobodopoulos with 6 downs already. He is at the top of his team with 9 elims. He is really just doing a great job here in the beginning of this matchup. I'm thinking we're going to have to stay on board with Slop. I'd love to see if he can land one of these initial kills, get a big pick, and just continue this snowball.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he has the angle to watch, right? Oh, he's a little nervous now, though, apparently. I love this. This is my favorite bug ever, by the way. I hope it, I mean, I know it has to get fixed, but I hope it never gets fixed because it makes me laugh every time I see it. Definitely, especially in the main event, you know the nerves are high.
Right.
Must be the cause of that.
The man's sweating. The man's sweating.
Sweating bullets. He's not nervous, though, right now, pushing up with this AR-30, finding so much damage. They're all so low. If MS pushes on the flank, they're just going to wipe them off the face of the earth here, and Slop finishes off Joker. Nash will fall. That's the bomb out in the open, and who's even left standing? It's just Who's Dat with no one else to help him. Do they just lose nobody again? Yeah, okay. I don't want to have to keep saying a flawless round, but a deathless round. Have to find different synonyms for that, apparently. If Right Turtle keep this one up, and Slopodopoulos, the transfer there was so good. Look at the health. They don't have a full player's health between the 4 of them by the end of that, and then even finishes the kill with the nade.
Now, here's a question, Chris.
Okay.
What do you do against a player who's got, you know, just incredible ability on the runway and able to take down 3 players almost every single round? Because that's what we're seeing.
Okay, you want to know what you do?
What do you do?
Lose. No, I'm kidding. You need to, again, stifle. It's like I said earlier, they can't really deal with you all at once, right? Like, she will be able to get some of this damage on you when you peek, but they're doing it right, I think. They're revealing, they're forcing Slopodopoulos back. He's taking a passive angle. This opens up quite a bit of the map for them. But they can't necessarily guarantee the picks. At some point, someone has to peek something, unless they just smoke them off, right? That could be the option. Use your smokes to block the runway sightline, and in the time that she's forced to rotate, use the intel gathering from your Talon and your Dallas to appropriately attack the site with what you can see. That might be it, but that's also saying play perfectly into a player that's already kind of playing almost perfectly. It's a big ask, and their decision instead seems to be try to make this pivot, try to make this rotation, but it seems like it's just a bit of a fake, and they might be making a move quickly. If they go quick, if they go fast enough, the fake, if it works, might have been bought already. Slop taking a lot of damage, but too much HP. Slopodopoulos rolls away safely, and they lose someone on it. They had the game plan, it just fails. Slop
continuing his I mean, he's just been staying alive so much. I mean, he is basically a part of the Bee Gees by now. Really doing a great job at making sure to play his life, play his positioning. He just reads the other team incredibly well. Look at that. He's watching the flank, but he gets double teamed for the first time. He's going to go down, not getting back up. But Pulsa, look at that. Got some big plays coming out, and it doesn't matter. They don't need slop. They're still just going to make it happen.
Yeah, they can do it all themselves. Near the end, they don't need him. You're right. It's one of the, honestly, that's the first death in a while. They haven't had someone even go down. Slopodopoulos decides to give it away. You say he's been staying alive so long. He's part of the Bee Gees. Clearly, looking at what day it is, he does seem to have Saturday Night Fever hanging on and running hot here throughout all the games tonight. Clearly they made it this far, even if we haven't been able to see the others. 5-0. What a start for Right Turtle. Again, coming in as the Week 3 winners versus the Week 1 winners. If they can keep up this kind of play style, if they can keep up this look for themselves, they're well poised to make it fairly far. They still have to get through Cordiality, a team that we know are no pushover, even if Right Turtle are doing a lot of the pushing, and Cordiality are doing a lot of the falling over so far on this Canals.
Looking for this opening pick. We've got 3 coming down the line. That's going to be another hit from Slop. Not going to be able to land that initial headshot. Very unfortunate. Rick's going to open this one up, getting MS. Slop, he's going to be in a massive amount of trouble here, but his team comes in to help, but that doesn't matter. Ricks is able to get another one. So huge plays by Ricks right now. Going to try to get this hit off. He gets some damage in. We see the numbers, but Slop's going to get picked up, and all of that advantage that they came and were able to make up for, like, oh man, that is just tough to be in that position, have that opportunity, and then just lose it like that. We see Nash trying to make something happen. He gets the nade off. Prosper goes down. This is a numbers advantage. They've got to make a move on 2 versus 4. But there we go. He's going to come right back up, and now we've got a 3-on-4.
And he's kind of making good use of that padded steps on this flank. Slop has been playing well, but now going for a wide flank. If this catches them off guard, this could be the round winner, honestly, for them. And they could put another dagger in the heart of the hopes that Cordiality might be starting to have in this round with the advantage that they're playing around with thus far. As he is slowly still making his way around the backside. They're able to get some more utility. Slop's flank does pay off. Nash will be the first to fall. Now he's in a perfect position. Who's that? Forced to push in because he doesn't know where all this damage is going to be coming from. And now it's 2 versus 1. It's all down to who's dat. And now it's a runway ditto. It's a runway 1 versus 1. He has to hear this sound. He knows he's pushing in. He tries to climb over. Slop gets some damage and gets the headshot as he goes over the edge. That literally as close as it could be. If he had been able to live, if he'd been able to run away, maybe he stops his defuse, maybe he buys more time, but through a crack, through the tiniest little gap, Slop goes down last round, makes it up this round.
I make up for it. Good God, Slop. Look at these stats. Slop is just killing it, and then makes a play like that where he's got literally less than a second on the disarm, and also had to hit the headshot. And the headshot was just barely a centimeter away from missing. So just incredible clutch moment from him. He is having one hell of a first map.
Yeah, I mean, that not only did he have that clutch moment, he also gave them the setup too. You know, he was the pitcher and the hitter. He threw the ball up and whacked it himself. He came all the way around from A using a padded steps flank and just waddled his way across the entire map and managed to get exactly where they needed him to be. And now with only 1 round left on offense, I know this map is generally defensively sided just because of the power of the rotations and all the places you can sit, which is why intel is so important on both sides. You got to at least get 1 round. You want to at least get 1 round. You need to have just a little bit of breathing room to make a mistake, or the pressure will make you break. Doesn't know how likely that's going to be so far. Prosper actually overextending, so now much more likely than it was previously, but Slop with 2, getting down to 1 person left. Can this Dahlia get the res? No, the Talon will fall, so it is a 2 versus 2. One more time off the res they were able to force here. Slop really pushing for it, but they might just back up and play a retake potentially, knowing that they can't really stop this. He's trying to deny the bomb pickup as much as they can. Just noticed myself, the bomb is out in the open, and they can push and fight for this as much as they want. Slop trying to watch this tight angle, but Nash and Joker, how can they set up to get back in here? What do they even still have? They forced out MS for now, but Slop is still holding close by, and that bomb is still in no man's land.
Only 23 seconds to play with. Somebody's got to make a move. There's some tough angles if you're the attacker. They've got to make something happen. We do have the bomb being planted. It goes down, and now the bait. Going to wait this one out, and it is going to slow down pretty drastically. Oh, but the flank! The flank comes in. The angle was not watched.
Oh, and they have wall hacks. That's it. Yeah, they snapped the fingers there. No one watching that one side. That's what makes it so tough when you hit this point, right? When you have so few players left. What are you going to do? You can't watch everything. You just have to keep your eyes on as much as you can. This is why intel so crucial in these moments, and they just did not have it. Prosper, with a lot of reses for his team, actually. I want to make a quick note of that, but on the other side, they're really catching up, and they have to have a perfect defensive half. What are the changes that Cordiality feel like have to be made, if any at all? They're keeping the talent for now, but Right Turtle didn't even run that on the defense. That's already a change from a team that just had a perfect half.
Well, you want to play it a little different, and you want to make up for this huge differential that it's been made over on the defensive side. Obviously, it's a defensive map, so there's going to be that, you know, the ball is in their court. Like, they can't give up a round either. Like, they have got to match the same energy that just happened to them, and hopefully Cordiality can make that happen, bring it all the way back, make this a much tighter game, because this is just too much. If they can't just be able to put up with the amount of heat that was just put down on them in the first half, that was just a flawless display of Roco on that half of the map. I mean, that is just incredible.
Yeah, flawless play, and again, the pressure is still on, and apparently it's on for Right Turtle too. They walk right into a C4, they drop the bomb in the open, they do manage to pick it up, but the next kills are still going in favor of the defenders here. Cordiality find one more. The siding of the map may be a little more important than we might have realized. It's Slop left with only 1 HP left, and he will not be able to live through Rixie. Rixie picking up a lot of them this time, and I know the stats look a little dire, but this is the start of a potentially strong defensive half. If they manage to kind of hang on all the way, and they do have a big economic bonus early on here, denying the plant as well. Probably helps quite a bit, but Rixie in this fight, exactly where he needed to be, holding close, playing that talent. I think he got the C4 down. It was Nash with the Anvil C4, getting that one. Still, exactly where he wanted to be, getting all the cleanup there, and setting up his team for this rollout here. On the defense, Anvil is also another big change for them. It really helps for some of these post-plant situations, especially on the standard site to play, which is B, but look where Nash is going. He's just going to hold up in mid, actually in between A and mid, to watch this cut and make sure Right Turtle don't surprise them on A.
Watching the slow play here. Who's dat? Gets the first pick onto Prosper. Rick, he matches it, getting the second, and now they're making the aggressive plays coming in. Rick gets 2. Who's dat finishes it off. Oh my God, this is, I don't know if, is this overzealous movement and play that we're seeing over on the side of Right Turtle, or is this just dominant defensive play from Cordiality? Are they able to play a little bit more aggressive than what we saw from Right Turtle? Because Right Turtle was just pretty much leaning on the fact that they were grabbing intel. They were playing a lot more conservative. But then Cordiality, you know, they're really just bringing it to them. They're not waiting whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, Alex, you might have to convince me that a round even just happened, because that didn't look like one. I'm going to be in my experience, that didn't even look like a round. That looked like the warm-up before the game even started. But hey, we're already 10 rounds in now. Round 9, unless they skipped it, clearly must have happened regardless of the outcome. Right Turtle getting absolutely mauled on the attempt to make it in, and that's the kind of boost you kind of want for your defending team if you can get a win like that. And this is a very interesting defense. I got to take note of it from Cordiality.
Yeah.
They are just all in mid, ready to go from one side to the other, leaving it a little open, but setting up for a potential very brutal retake, because it's hard to stop that on the attacking side unless you are very well situated.
Yeah, they're doing moves just like this, where they just tend to be poking and getting different angles and going in and really making sure that they're trying to execute the first kill, get that first pick, and play the numbers game effectively. And it's been working pretty well so far. 2 rounds into the defensive side, and they're making it look simple
So far, but now they are going to lose someone. I think that is one of their first deaths of this defending half, at least after that first round. Holding close on these corners. They're trying to go in. They're shielded off, and that's a defuse.
Wait a minute.
That's the power of Anvil. You
Wait a minute.
Pop down the shield. You get on that defuse. You get it done in front of an entire team. Combine that with one flashbang, they didn't have a response.
Oh my gosh. That was just so close, too, if you really think about it. I mean, it was only seconds that they were up in his face, and he was almost downed. But, yeah, they were just able to make that decision a little faster. There was no hesitation on their part, and that required Right Turtle to make the play a lot quicker, and they just couldn't get to it. So far, this defense is very, very interesting, and I'm loving every second of it. I mean, it is fantastic.
Yeah, the way that they're playing it, it's a little different. It does make things a little tougher. I think you are relying on your team's coordination on these rotations, but still, it is clearly working, as I think a lot of different defensive setups can work on this map. But now they're actually pivoting early. I think they have the read. They think these players are here. They don't want to peek Slopodopolis, but they don't need to peek anything, because Pulsar just walked into a trip mine. That's a free down for them. Obviously not going to get a pick, but they waste some of their time. Not give them a little bit of cash. Another down from a trip mine onto Slop.
My God.
I don't think they want to push. They might push for this actually right now, especially with that next down. That's 2 kills from Util. That's a 3rd down. It's only the Dahlia left. She'll be able to pick someone up. The Chalk actually picked himself up, and now it's immediately traded. But everyone else
Bruh.
Did I just read that right?
Yes,
I'm pretty sure
did.
You're telling me that was 3 trip mine downs in 1 round?
Wait, I thought it was 4. Did I count?
No,
wrong?
I think it was pretty sure it was just 3, because Prosper ran into it at the very end.
Oh my God, that is just unbelievable. The Util downs in that round is more than I think I've seen all day. Like in that one round.
Well, maybe other than all the trip mine, the trip mine downs we saw in game number 1 or game number 2 today. That one was a little wild, but I guess we're seeing the exact same thing happen. Look down, people. There's trip mines in the game. Surprise! Maybe not having a glitch. Some people just aren't used to just getting rid of them or being able to see them, but you gotta know they're there. Both teams are putting them down. Both teams are apparently gonna fall victim to them.
There's an old saying that we had in Halo, and it's you got to check it. Check your corners, check your spawns, and check for your darn trip mines, man. They're sitting right under you. You gotta make sure you're not giving up 3 or 4 easy downs to those. It was the utility round last round, and now we've got 3 more to tie this one up. Slop trying to get a good pick here. Another peek might come in. Nope, not going to happen. He's trying to move up, though, and try to get the peeks. It looks like the pokes aren't coming in from Cordiality, though, so a little bit of a switch up, and it might be confusing Right Turtle just a little bit. Like, whoa, wait a minute. Why aren't we getting harassed?
Or maybe they're just waiting for trip mines. I don't know. It's looking. It's feeling like Modern Warfare 2019 launch. There is just apparently a trip mine around every single corner, and they have to be aware of it because everyone's got them, according to how it feels to play into. But they are getting a little bit confused, it seems, from Right Turtle. They're now shifting into mid. They're walking into a nade and taking a lot of damage, but not necessarily falling just yet. Pulsar trying to push. That's a C4 over. Will they be able to get away from it? They will for now, and they have the covering fire with Pulsar close by, cleaning up 2. But traded out fairly quickly. It's only the runway left, but the bomb is down. If Who'sdat can stay alive, they can win this round off the back of that, but he's going to have to run. I don't know if they can make it even over there in time. Who'sdat is booking it. This downed player actually might be playing to body block them from getting to the bomb. Slop just barely makes it in time, and now things are looking dire. It's just Who'sdat in a corner. He's the last player left. They don't have Util, but He's got to get through 3 players and defuse the bomb while being on the other side of the map and in one tiny little corner. It's not going to happen. The map will close out. It could have been so close. Maybe a body block from a down player could have done it, but Right Turtle, dominant defensive half, struggled a bit as soon as they flipped it, but they just had a better idea of how to play canals.
Yeah, it was just too good of a start. 7-0, Slobodopolis having 10 assists. I mean, he had a triple-double. I mean, that was exactly what we just saw from Slobodopolis in the first half. And then I didn't see the stats after that, but I can only imagine what was going on with him. He just had one heck of a game, an absolute MVP performance. Very difficult to take down that kind of ability. I mean, I don't know if that's just what we're going to see for the rest of the day, if he's just having a great moment. That was just a one-game deal, but whatever it was, it took. Look at this. Look at this. What do you do?
Brutal.
What do you do? I mean, that's not an actual question because we know what you do. You lose.
If someone's just hitting the right way, it's going to be so hard to overcome. And Sloppy even had this clutch situation right here. I want to see where this headshot gets hit from.
Oof. Did that go through?
Did he roll? Did he roll up top and his head come back around the other side? I really don't even know.
I think it went through
how
a crack.
you make it end up happening that way. That's unfortunate for Nash right there. That could have been a little bit closer, but caught rolling into the surface. Maybe he lives, but no chance. This is the 7-0. I wish we had trip mine POVs. I don't think we're going to have the trip mine kills, unfortunately, but still, it was one wild round here. There's the defuse, the shield, this match in general. Right Turtle, they're showing, even though they're qualifying in week 3, they're still a threat. They are a team that is looking like the Right Turtle we're used to seeing, and it pushed them to the map 1 win.
Yeah, I got one question. Where were Right Turtle in qualifier 1 and 2? You know, they did do great in qualifier 3, but like, you know, what was their showing like in the first 2 weeks? Because that really makes a difference. Did they even compete?
Don't think they did. I'm checking that right now. It looks like they held out. But
right, so
if they're
you
trying
have
to
it.
avoid that, yeah, they're only playing.
I just got information from production. Q3 was their only showing, so that makes a lot of difference. They could be a team that possibly could have won the first qualifier. So that, you know, that's always the consideration when you're talking about that. So yeah, these boys are here, and they're looking darn good. I'm hoping we see another performance out of Slop in map number 2, just like that one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Right Turtle's hoping for that too. I think that's kind of an expected one.
Right.
You know, if they're playing in the 3rd qualifier just to get better seeding, is there going to be some meta where Justice don't play week 1 and 2, and then suddenly we're seeing Right Turtle versus Justice for week number 3? That would be wild, but that's for the future and not now. Scorch and Vi are the bans, if we can bring that up for that. That's a lot of corner pressure kind of out of the picture. No immunity to Incense. A couple Incense characters gone. Dallas and Runway probably going to be very crucial heading into map number 2.
Fablas King, we've seen it so far once today, and it was a pretty exciting one. The level of play, though, is going to be so much better this one time around. And those are the accurate bans, Scorch and Vi. And obviously we know we're expecting a Scorch at all times, but what is the reasoning for the Vi?
Corner pressure, man. Corner pressure and Incense. A lot of places you could potentially hide here on King of the Hill, and you just want to get rid of ways to force yourself off. Both these teams clearly aiming for the generally strong strategies on this map, because it matters. You want to stay in the upper bracket. You are so close to winners finals. You've already gotten through 2 other teams to get there. Who will get further? Right Turtle with a 1-0 lead over the number 1 seeded team heading into this. And they also seem very confident in their composition here. Kestrel, Lancer, Dallas, and Chalk already locked in for Right Turtle. And they're just waiting on the other side. That's no runway for the members of Right Turtle. Cordiality will pick it up fairly quickly. Plus the Dallas, as I mentioned, that's an Incense and a refresh they can utilize. But Kestrel Lancer will also be mirrored. Chalk into Runway. I think that battle will be kind of determining the story of how this game is going to go.
Runway been such a big deal ever since she released. We've seen some great plays already today with her. And we're going to see if that can make a big enough difference here on Fabulous. Like to see the same pop-offs. But honestly, from what we just saw, I don't really think they needed it, honestly. I don't think, yeah, that was a pop-off that we just witnessed, but I don't believe any individual really needs to make that happen because Right Turtle has just been super, super impressive just in the way they execute their team play. I mean, it's not really coming down to one player at all.
Woo! Yeah, I would think so. Okay, Rix. That's fine. Slop's dead. That was a quick one. Gave his life up fairly quickly, too, and suddenly this respawn looking not so bad for the members of Cordiality, who are in the red here. Right Turtle now just getting their first taste of the objective. Pushing back Who's Dat, but they are just getting torn apart. Joker finds two more. No, they're just getting a little bit of this time. 33 seconds remaining. Are they going to try to fight this? I mean, this is a fairly decent hill to hold on to, but it's only Slopodopolis holding close. Finds Joker unawares, though, and runs away from Who's Dat, but they are all running him down.
Just an absolute beam across the map from Slop. That was a trade, though, and now rotation coming in with only 10 seconds remaining. Got the runway, checking the flanks. Watching for the players. MS, he was ready for it, though. He already knew.
Good place to be. Got to be kind of aware of where those map rotations are going to come into, and that lets Right Turtle already be settled here on this objective. You can see this Lancer just trying to be in the right spot ahead of time. You know, they already have this locked down. It's about what Cordiality are going to do to break it down.
Slop watching the angles, getting some help, just waiting. Watching Who's Dat going to get a big dub. Now Pulsa just trying to stay alive, put down as much damage as possible. He's going to get the pinch, though, and that is going to be 2 down right now for a second. And we are just witnessing much better play going back and forth in this respawn game type. Looking for the snipe from Rix. He was able to get a great pick in the beginning. Oh, my God, 4.
Under a lot of pressure there, too. I mean, I guess you're asking about how to deal with a runway that's hitting shots. I guess that's probably it, right? You apply the pressure on the angle they're trying to take. Works for a little bit. And now Rix is kind of just struggling to find a way back in, potentially. He's spotted, but they have control of the hill up top. Ready for Hill C. But it's slow. It's patient play. But it's flanks from MS. That's too quick. They were playing a little bit too patient, and they gave MS the whole map to toy around with. Right Turtle with control of Hill C, and this is a very tough one to break.
They didn't even have a chance to shoot. They could not turn around before they were both downed. Now that is just a beautiful flank by him. He was able to prioritize both targets very well. Now he's just landing some excellent shots through the middle lane. MS just making some big things happen. Prosper with his own kills. So excellent job so far. Right Turtle making awesome plays. We're seeing just excellent executions, some excellent flanks. Prosper Logic getting the kill onto Who's Dat, but Joker want to answer back with a kill onto Pulsa. Got MS getting a kill. Prosper is up there. Watching the rotation come in, and we're going to get this one tied up.
I mean, it's just brutal. The kill feed is just all blue to the left, red on the right. Finally, we're seeing a flip for the sake of Cordiality. They're going to be able to get back in here to hill number D, which is one of the stronger ones on the map, but Who's Dat cannot even cross the angle. He's just getting mowed down by Pulsa and Slop, who are holding close by. Pulsa, though, accidentally rolling back into the fire. That might actually change things a lot. That makes things so much easier for them. But Rix accidentally gives his life away. Nash is still holding in the back here, wanting to stop them when they come in. Surprises Slop and gets the reset on his reveal, so he knows where the next player is, but knows that it's MS and not Pulsa. Doesn't know how close by Pulsa is. He's forced to roll in, but who's racking up the time right now? It's nobody. It's still contested. Rixie has a lineup onto Pulsa, but it's just applying pressure and can't actually finish him up. Pulsa sitting there with 2 HP, and Pulsa stands up with barely anything, hanging on by a thread for dear life. But Right Turtle still managed to control this objective, and they are just trying to find their surround. They cannot push these angles. It's always covered.
After that big kill by Pulsa, he's getting help from his team. He only had 1 HP. Oh, man, what a close one it has been. 15 seconds remaining in this one, and then there's still a fight. 3 down. While they're still getting time, good Lord. 3 down, and they're still getting time. What on earth? Fighting for every second. And here we go. We are in the sudden death, and 20 seconds differential. This is going to be a big break. They have got to break this one, and they're all coming from the same place. Putting the snipe down. MS picks up one, Slop another. Here we go. 2-on-2. Oh, big kills coming out.
No one left.
Oh, and there we have it. Excellent win. Slop was able to pick up some massive kills. And Right Turtle just showing that they are here to play and here to get this dub.
You say everyone coming from the same door. I was literally, if I got it back, I was going to say not everybody. Slop, with that rotation to the far door, has that angle behind them. They're all lined up just to kill that one choke. And they basically just send the rest of the team that's not Slop like lemmings, just running in right off the side of the cliff, which is everyone else's line of sight on Cordiality, and it sets up Slop to take down everybody near the end. So just a perfect setup play by them. And who's that? Hoping to stop a flank this time. They know they just got flanked, so they're going to be hyper aware, and that's why Red Turtle aren't even going to go for it. They're not going to go for these flanks. They're instead going to play on the outside and try to potentially poke them down, but they just get caught out by this. It's only Prosper still fighting here. The flank from Who's Dat does finish him off even after losing 2 downs in the process. Finally getting in on the side. It's going to be dead even here, and it seems like Red Turtle still want to fight it.
Yeah, contesting for these 30 seconds. Definitely something they can do. They're set up for it. They have the numbers. Here we go. Who's Dat going to get the pick? Off the rotation. And the shots coming in from Who's Dat. Oh, my God. He's able to pick up 2. Rix gets the 3rd. And we are going to watch the New Hill coming up here, and Who's Dat is ready for it. He watches Slop with the 3P coming down into the middle lane. Going to just wait for him to get into position, trying to get some help first. MS rushing to the aid of his team, not going to be able to get in. Who's Dat's got plenty of help, a little savior from his teammates. Slop and Prosper going to be able to pick up some kills for themselves. Some damage comes in from MS. Lands a kill of his own, and Joker able to connect with that one. So watching this middle lane, going to hold down control, and this is going to buy a lot of points.
Joker getting 2 on the way out is very crazy that he even managed to do that, but it just didn't end up mattering, the timing of his death. There was not any teammates really close by, and MS now getting 2 on his own. Also in a great position to help Pulsa up top, but Pulsa doesn't even need the help. He's chalk, he's got the rage. He's able to pop that and win that duel, even after throwing himself away effectively afterwards. This is a much more difficult round for the members of Cordiality. They might be setting up on Hill C. It looks like you can already see them there. Slopodopolis lurking fairly close by. Nash seems to spot him, but can't win the duel. Who's Dat also might be the next victim, with MS looking close by to help him out. That's the second one down. Rolling, can he find a third? This man is just unstoppable today. Not even Grand Finals Day. You got to be saving something for Sunday. They're looking poised to make it there if they keep up this style of play.
Slop-a-dop is cracked. Slop is not missing shots. The man is killing it. Okay. Why'd you got to make me look like that, Slop? As soon as I say that, there's whiffs on his shot. It's okay, though. That was a pretty hard one to hit. Now he's set up in the back. He's watching the back lane, looking for the flank. They've got 2. That's going to be Nash and Joker. He's going to set up the perfect shots on him. They're going to be in a good spot to put good pressure on. He does not land the snipe. Trying to get out of there. He probably could have played his life a little bit longer, but that is going to be a successful little push here from Cordiality. Nash does win his fight against MS, and now we're going to see some points going in their favor, but not enough. They have got to get on this rotation quick.
Well, that seals the deal. Takes 4 people to kill Slop. They're wondering how to stop him? 4 people. That's seems to be the only way, the only mathematical equation that's worked so far from what I've seen. But I Right Turtle, after they lost that fight, I mean, MS trades for 2, MS buys even more time, and then they go, all right, well, we're so far ahead. Let's just Just get on D. Let's just hold D as well as we can. And they're clearly setting up Prosper for success and MS, as everybody on the team has fallen. They'll continue to count things up. And now they don't even have time to set this up. They just have to run in. If they wait for everybody to be there and everybody ready and everyone to be in position, they're literally just not going to rack up time. But Prosper has given up the objective. He's walked off. He's not letting it rack up anymore. He's not forcing the issue to take a duel instead. Almost wins 2, but Slop gets the trade for him. Now they're racking things up again because they have 2 picks for themselves. Rixie falls, and it's only Nash left, and he has to sprint. He cannot stop moving, and I don't even think he'll have the time to make it, and he will not. A 2-0 clean win for Right Turtle. They kept up in eliminations on the other side, but just objective control was never for them.
Yeah. I mean, it was one of those things where when we saw 3 down and they're still getting points, like, come on, man. You can't let that happen. Every single point matters a ton. Like, it could mean the difference between a win or a loss easily. So you got to make sure that you're not letting that happen. They weren't aggressive enough. Oh, my God, this play was beautiful. Pulsa with 0. This man had 0. Like, he should have been in the grave. And he gets help from his team, stays alive right there. That was beautiful work there. So we did see a great round in the first one, but that second one, just too one-sided. Good Lord, this Right Turtle. I mean, you got to watch out. Cordiality, they're in the lower bracket now. Come on now. That's going to be tough for whoever matches against them. They're going to be like, what the hell? What's going on?
They're not there just yet. We still got a best of 5 ahead of us. We still have to make it to strikeout here.
Man, I'm already counting them out. They're out. They don't have a chance. No chance.
Whoa. That's the opposite of what we're supposed to do here, Alec. Come on, man. They still got some time. It's a respawn. I think anything can happen.
You play that side, I'll play my side.
They kept it so close. All right, good. We'll do good cop, bad cop.
There you go.
Good cop, bad cop for this one. I'll be the good cop. It's respawn. It's chaotic. They kept it close even after losing how those rounds went, and I still think they played around their lives maybe a little better than Right Turtle were sometimes. Just that Right Turtle were taking aggressive fights off the objective so often that it made it so when they got those 3 kills, they still didn't get the 4th person that was on it. I think that means that holding in on lockdown here, it's not out of their reach. They still absolutely have a chance in this, as they should, as the first seed heading into the main event.
Good Lord. First seed. This could be the first big upset of the day in the main event. You got to love it. That's the kind of story that I talked about, that I wanted to see, and we're getting it right here. They're going down. It's about to be a 3-0. Get ready for it, folks. This is about to be a big, big upset.
There's the bad cop. Well, you got to remember, as we mentioned before, Right Turtle, a little higher than their seeding would suggest. They are playing Qualifier 3, so they can get that number 5 seed, so they can kind of be a little bit flexible.
Right.
In who they play against. And maybe so they can take out the number 1 early, because if you win week 3, clearly by the time you hit semis, you're playing the number 1 seed, assuming they make it that far in. Map 3 bans, by the way, are in officially lockdown. It's going to be Vi, still taken out by Right Turtle, and Cordiality have decided, all right, we're sick of Runway. We're sick of her. She's out of it. We're not going to deal with
her out.
We don't want these incense. We don't want these resets on incense for our team. We don't want their Semtexes specifically. Want all that gone. So they will be. Vi, though, for the corner pressure, again, so important. I say it every single time because it's just what she does. She forces you off your angle. She denies information. And that's one of the best ways to play Rogue Company. It's hold those corners. It's watch those angles, and Vi does not let you get away with it.
Yeah, and lockdown, obviously, we've seen plenty of times on the open lanes near the towers when you're playing tower to tower, where Vi is going to be really essential because you're going to want to get that intel early. You're going to want to make sure that you can get those pushes down the middle lane. And, it's good that there's runway banned as well, because once you do get through, you don't want to have to deal with all that fire and all of that just endless amounts of supply. So I'm really liking these 2 bans. What can we expect with these 2 bans?
We could expect Dallas, I think, as we head into lockdown here. Someone we've been seeing a lot today, and I expect to see again, just for that fire pressure. With Vi gone, maybe you could see the Scorch again. It is a respawn mode. She's going to be able to get aggressive with it, and she was banned last map. So Dallas Scorch, I think, almost a shoe-in. And then from there, Dahlia for res to split the Scorch passive, probably a Kestrel for fragging power, maybe a Lancer if you want to go that direction. I think it can go either way. I don't expect things to be pivoting from the status quo too much. It is a respawn mode after all. But some things are changing a little bit. I guess I am a little bit off. No Scorch. Even with these bans, they still don't care about that fire pressure. Will be a Dallas mirror match. Will be a Kestrel mirror match. But Ronin and Lancer versus Seeker on the other side.
Yeah, we've seen some fancy Seeker play already today on here. I'm gonna like to see those banks with the new patch. Let's see, Kestrel mirror match, Joker versus Slop, and Rix versus MS on the Dallas. Dahlia. What do you think about Dahlia?
I like her. And that's it.
Okay.
No, I
like it too.
I was gonna say, yeah, I think she's solid. I mean, you managed to get any passive. Obviously, I think it also shows the little bit of a leaning towards playing a little bit further into protecting your lives. They are so important. The 16 tickets that you have are so key to this. And it looks like they did not save themselves on the server. They disconnected. But talking more about the Dahlia as they remake the lobby. It lets you keep your players alive. A lot of people just instantly bleed out and respawn. They don't think about it. This is the way around that. It's the way around it. They're able to actually keep themselves up. They're able to share in some of those passives, whether it's, Kestrel, snowballing money, whether it's Dallas Reset Gamora revives. All of that kind of adds up. And Dahlia is just a very solid addition to any team. And she can play aggressive too.
Now, do you think that was a little mix-up right there with the pick? Maybe they had a wrong pick because it didn't look like it was a dropout. The timing looked like it was maybe we picked the wrong play, the wrong rogue, or what was there? There could have been something there. I think. I don't think that was just a regular disconnect.
I didn't take a look. Well, it's hard to say. I didn't take a look. I think they might have picked the wrong game mode. It seemed like an error on the player's part. Either way, we have some time.
Was that the wrong game mode?
Until I just guessing it might have been. I didn't look it up at the HUD. I was too busy talking about the rogues we were discussing and how Dahlia was going to work. It might have been. I didn't get a good enough look at it, but either way, it's going to take a minute till we can get back in game. The player's obviously eager to get into it. I know that honestly, I think Cordiality are probably happy that they're remaking.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's the momentum potentially killer. It's exactly it's the ice. But you can ice them, but they might have ice in their veins. They could be, just cold-blooded and not be bothered by this. That's not necessarily that's not unlikely.
I don't know. I'm the bad cop, right? So I'm not going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say that they're going to have the possibility of a reverse sweep. But have we seen that capability from Cordiality in the past? Do you think that they could pull this one off?
Listen, if a team can take down Justice, I think they can do pretty much anything in the span of Rogue Company. I think
that's what I wanted.
I think it is doable. I don't think it is outside of the realm of possibility for them as long as they can kind of clutch up and keep it going for themselves.
All right, same picks across the board.
It was best of 3. It wasn't primarily respawn. That could just be not it. They could just be that playing respawn against a team like Right Turtle is just too much pressure, The qualifier format might just be where they thrived, and this is where things are getting a little bit too tough.
Oh, yeah, 100%. They're the best of 5, adding in a little strikeout. I think that really is going to showcase the better teams. I mean, that's just going to be in their favor, give them the advantage big time. When you're in the qualifier format with the single elimination, that doesn't have a very big margin of error. Like as soon as a better team makes a big mistake, that's it. That better team's going to be out of there, and it's just not the case here. Like they're allotted a lot more opportunities, and that's where it becomes the consistency, right? You can't just have one big play, one big moment, one big game, and then boom, you're going to be able to qualify. You've got to keep it going against these better teams, and they're being tested right now. Cordiality, they've got a lot of work ahead of them.
And this is where it's going to have to start. Not there, necessarily. Maybe not in the open with Prosper shooting at you, but somewhere else on the map. Ideally, the site where you're going to be capturing, where you're going to be trying to hold on. Already, though, really solid control of this luggage area by Slopadopoulos, who is doing so much damage to Who'sdat, and the blue members of Cordiality not able to really hang on so far. Another one down for them. Every fight that they win, they're getting traded right away, but finally they manage to strike back with just a few kills and keep it fairly even. But Slop has flawless timing. He downs Who'sdat, he finishes off Nash, and he sets them back 2 more tickets.
There we go, just waiting it out, playing a little slow, watching their corners, trying to get some intel in here. We've got Nash making the play up, and Mess, he gets the pick onto Joker, and the aggression coming out of Right Turtle is just too darn much. We've got Cordiality trying to make some plays, but oh, they get caught out, and Mess getting that double.
Just total control. That's what we're seeing from Right Turtle here. Anytime a member of Cordiality wants to take an angle or wants to get a revive, they're getting punished for it almost immediately. And again, Rixie, maybe I'll help my teammate. I'm 1 HP. It's just happening in the blink of an eye. The Red Turtle playing this map, and see if going for this res is even a mistake here. Slopadopoulos finding Joker there. They got the res over here, but they lost someone on the other side of the map for it, and they got revealed by the Seeker. This is just not looking good for them so far with only 5 tickets remaining. Make that 4, because I doubt they're going to be able to go for that res, as they're all getting forced. They're just getting corralled into a corner. They're sheep, and Right Turtle are the shepherds.
Pinching them every chance they can get, getting great flanks, moving just faster. Honestly, the gameplay on their side, Right Turtle, they are not turtles. They are hares today. They are making some super quick decisions. They're not hesitating. They're really just getting up in their face, and the level of play is just too much for Cordiality to handle. There really is just excellent play all around. MS taking a little bit of damage, waiting for his teammate to help him out here. Nash does get a pickup. Rix gets one as well. That's going to be massive. So this could snowball a little bit if they're not careful. And Mesa needs to hide. This is a big moment from him. He pops it at the right time. He's not able to get the trade, though. Oh, he does. He does. That's going to be big.
It's a down, and if they can punish the res, it could help here. But actually, Slop manages to walk back in and find Joker. But is it going to flip the objective? It looks like it will, actually. So, Right Turtle just walking back in even after getting wiped out by Rixie with that devotion. They see where the last members of Cordiality are. They know that they're, again, corralled into this luggage area. Is Slop going to push this? I mean, they have the intel on it. He doesn't need to. The impetus is on them. They have to be the one to cross this distance and actually go in. They're taking a lot of damage for it, but this devotion once again rings true. This positioning by Rixie is helping them significantly and getting them a little bit more intel, but they only have 32 seconds left to make it in on this objective. If they can get this flip, they have a chance here. They get it off, but devotion, again, close range hip fire takes down Emis. And now Rixie, he's doing everything he can to keep his team in the game, but it might just not be enough with the utility now that's going to be coming in from Right Turtle.
Rixie really has done everything. I mean, he is just landing some excellent shots, getting huge picks off. He's the last one up, though. He's got to do it all and be the hero. Let's go over with him, see what he is able to pull off here. Oh. He does get it. Big 1v1, but the rest come through and take him out. Rix, man, 7 downs, 8 elims. Good Lord, what a great performance out of him in that one.
And the fact that it's happening now when the pressure's on, when Right Turtle this is series point. If they manage to walk away with this one, Cordiality on the verge, if they can't take any of these strikeout rounds of going to the loser's bracket, this is when the pressure's on, and this is when Rixie seems to be turning it on. It's when he is connecting with this devotion, playing this range, not even running some of the more consistent DMRs, sticking with Dallases. Instead of swapping things around, he's like, I don't need a Mamba. I'm hitting everything. And he's right. You know, usually you hear that and you think, all right, my teammate's trolling. Nope. Nope. He is just connecting every single shot on the enemy. And there's another one for you. Just to get a good look. But that one, not from Rixie. That one's from MS. Still running around with that devotion as well. So they're both in the same boat. And it seems like they both have good reason for it.
Turning the corner, the double tap. Good Lord, he gets another one, another dink. Just over and over. Good Lord, that was beautiful play, excellent accuracy, and so darn aggressive, too. It is so difficult to be that aggressive and still have impeccable aim. hats off to him just getting into the mix like that. We're going to watch Pulsa trying to make a flank happen in the middle lane here. Does land some excellent shots, gets the dink off, almost a kill, trying to get over that corner.
No nade.
Trying to see, there we go, much better, but not going to be able to do it, has to back down.
Yeah, the insend, great to send Pulsa back, but again, the more time you waste at this point, the more time you wait, the less of a chance you're going to have as they creep up and burn away these tickets on this objective. And it looks like every gunfight is just going the way of Right Turtle right now. I mean, just watch the kill feed. I know that that's, you know, not necessarily the story of the game all the time, but they are just getting stifled on these angles, getting zoned out completely. And what I'm noticing is that they're just flooding whatever angle Rixie is playing at with bullets. That's what it is. Rixie tries to peek something, and they said, all right, well, if 3 people shoot there, even if you down one of us with Devotion, you're going down as well. And you're playing isolated, so no one can help you. And it's been how they're shutting down this Dallas, and it's been very effective. That or MS just wins the duel, now that he has the Devotion in hand as well.
MS putting a little bit of shots off there to try to pre-fire the corner. Rix trying to get some of his own. He peeks. Oh, baby! Dallas versus Dallas. That's going to be MS coming out on top. Gotta love it. The mirror match. Slop going to be able to get the pick. Pulsa follows through. Nash, he's finishing off MS, but there are only 2 tickets. Make that 1. They are really backed up into a corner into this one. Prosper takes down Nash. Pulse is there. Great team fire from both. Pulsa just keeping his life now. Who's that? With the pickup onto Prosper. They're trying to move in on him. MS is here with Slop. Slop just watching this corner here. He gets a great dink off. And there we go. They're moving in. Final kill here, and boom. That does it.
Wow. And Slop even Slop wants to get in on this Devotion gameplay. I mean, he is doing so much with that Devotion when he picks it up here, but picking that up saying, hey, I used to play Dallas too. I want to run this weapon as well. I'm going to clearly connect anything you put in front of me with, and it is just a absolute crushing over here so far. Cordiality, again, they're on the edge. I feel like they're so close in some of these rounds, like the way that Rixie held on, but that one, that was not the case. Maybe that things are pivoted inside. Maybe things can look a little bit different for them here. We'll see what they can do with it. Seeker Bow does not get a down, but it does get some early damage. None of the utility connects the way that they want it to. How does this duel with Who's Dat go? He does end up on the better side of Slopodopoulos, but 2 other players are already down, and MS doesn't even get... The flank doesn't even take down MS.
Great shots from all 3 players. MS, Slop. Nash goes down. Joker as well. And just the level of play. Good Lord, it is so quick. MS is able to find that one. Oh my God, he gets melted though. Absolutely taken off of the server. Rix trying to land some big headshots here. This is it. This is their time. They do not want to go down. They want to make it through, get this reverse sweep going. Can they do it, Krez?
It's looking difficult right now. They're already 4 down. They need at least 1 unanswered team wipe. Make that an unanswered team wipe plus 1. Now that Rixie has gone down to the instant on his attempted push here. Right Turtle so strong on this contest here. The duel on the outside I think is going to be fairly important, but Slop is already sitting here. Rixie tries to make a move and is immediately knocked down to 90. That's 90 for about 30 damage in response. But now he's taking a 1 versus 2. Pops his second adrenaline shot, but he blood joins himself just a little bit too close to the edge, and that's a free pick that they can work off of. This outside might be wide open to them at this point, with their players playing under them. Joker down below manages to avoid some damage. That's 3 in a row downed, effectively unanswered. Only now does Right Turtle manage to strike back, courtesy of Slopodopoulos. But they still have control of the objective. No matter what, if these fights are going even, you're losing more because of the site that is just ticking away, as go the chances of Cordiality to make it to winners finals.
Yep, the control comes in. There we go. A
Wow.
ticket taken off. 2 cleaned up. And there you have it. Slop is just going to be a dream killer. 2 left to take on essentially, what is that, 12?
Yeah, it's a 2v12 right now. My favorite statistic to do is the strikeout final fight up here, but still trying to fight this. MS is pushing it, walking right into the assault rifle here, just spraying, hoping he's the last player left, but there's no chance. Rolling right into the Halo drones, and all the hopes for Cordiality to make it to winners finals fall out of the picture. Right Turtle saying, hey, listen, now you know why we played week 3. We wanted to play you, make it to winners finals, make it easy for ourselves. Clearly, it works out for them. A very strong performance by them. There's really no other way to say it. They were a stifling presence on the map.
Yeah, I don't want to say this too early, being the bad cop and all, but I think Right Turtle might just be my favorite team. I'm a little biased. I got a little caster bias going on right now, Kresnik. I think that, I'm rooting for them all the way. And it's not because they're from Paladins, I swear to God.
You're just an EU fan.
That's right. EU all day.
Yeah, right. They're the EU team. They're the ones kind of repping it for them and holding on and being successful against the Justice NA sort of dominance that they've had for quite a while. Right Turtle, one of the few to really contest against it, and you can see why. Because remember, this is a team that 3 weeks ago beat Justice in week 1 in semifinals, and now they are getting kind of just put to work by the members. Yeah, that way. That's team play, right? That's team play. That's trust.
Yes.
Pulsa says, all right, I don't need to fight this. My team's got it. I'm fine. I'm just going to sit pretty and let them handle it basically on their own. And Slop kind of did handle him on his own for a lot of this map.
Oof, Slop just on one. He absolutely cracked. I mean, the whole series. The guy is just unreal. Cannot wait to see more from him tomorrow. I hope that whatever his routine is, whatever he ate for breakfast, he just keeps it all the same.
Yeah, keep it all the same. Definitely. He's wearing his lucky clothes. Then keep it on, whatever shirt. Maybe wash it. It's only one day. Maybe don't. Don't take my advice though. I would wash it. I'm a little weird about that one, but still, the end of this. That was the devotion that Rixie that was hitting true and hitting great in that one round, but not able to consistently do it, especially once 2 devotions came up on the other side. There's that one courtesy of MS, and then Slop picked his up a little bit later to continue that reign of terror that Right Turtle were able to maintain.
Good Lord, I love that one. That one is amazing. Then he gets one dink. He almost got the 2-tap. He just barely missed it, and that would have given him the triple. The mirror match. He was winning that one all day. Just a brilliant display from the boys on Right Turtle. 14, good Lord, 14 downs. And then just an amazing amount of assists coming out of the team. They were just swarming all over Cordiality all series long. It was a pretty good map, number 1, but the rest of it was all Right Turtle. And it was a darn good night of Roco.
Oh, for sure. And by the way, don't forget that Canals game started 7-0. just to remind everybody, that was a 7-0 that they got a couple rounds on defense on. I mean, what a...
Okay, good cop.
It was a tough one. Oh, yeah, you're good. All right, I'm bad cop now. All right, so I'm bad. We'll flip it around here. But respawns, Red Turtle are looking fairly unstoppable. Couple rounds lost once they had to go to the unfavored side on Canals. But just that 3-0 on Strikeout, that 2-0 on Favela's King of the Hill. Tough to play against when they're hitting the shots the way that they were. And it's getting... Actually, you know what? Maybe it's because it's so early this time that they're playing. Sometimes these tournaments go real late. These guys are EU. It's getting around midnight for them.
Oh, good point.
They're used to playing until 4 a.m. This one's wrapping up pretty quick because of how that bracket went. Maybe they're just awake, ready to go, and ready to continue into that winner's bracket tomorrow.